sometimes I feel like I'm actually launching the IPO of a company and not really releasing a film because everybody's talking figures. So they say, great promo, 200 crores, pakka, ever since this 100 crore club started. I don't think my favorite films are from the 100 crore club. It's really not a film that's derogatory to any country or community. I would never do that. Oh yeah, there is an item number, or there is what we call an item action number. No, the whole film is an item film. Hi, I'm Kabir Khan, you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
So far we have had access to Kabir Khan only through his tweets and all, because we've been making several videos because he's been interacting with his fans and all. Ekta Tiger is coming up and there's a tremendous curiosity around the film. People are saying it's going to 200 crore club and all sorts of things are happening. 15th August it's releasing. It's having, I think, a 6-day long weekend because Eid is coming up on 19th or 20th. Pleasure having you on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you, Faridoon. Thank you so much.
And just enjoying all the tremendous hype that is around your movie. And
yeah, enjoying the hype. I think any filmmaker enjoys the sort of hype and expectation around a film. Though sometimes overhype can be a little sort of dangerous, but and we're bordering on that. But yeah, otherwise, the film is done. I'm very happy and confident about the film. So now I'm just enjoying and riding the wave.
But I think overhype is not coming from you guys. It's basically the expectation of people. That tremendous expectation from people.
Expectations from people, from the industry. I think a lot of elements. I guess the fact that Salman, Katrina together, Salman for the first time with Yash Raj, Eid, and the fact that the first promo sort of hit the bullseye. So all that has added to the expectations. The only thing is that sometimes I feel like I'm actually launching the IPO of a company and not really releasing a film because everybody's talking figures. So they say, great promo, 200 crores, pakka, super promo, 225 crores. So I'm not sort of very comfortable with numbers. I'm not really a numbers person.
Because especially the kind of background that you're coming from, you made documentaries, serious documentaries in fact, and you made commercial films as well, but that is your background ultimately, so I'm sure that it must be something.
So I'm not really a numbers person, and I also very honestly believe that a film, a number alone cannot be a parameter of success.
Absolutely.
It has to go beyond numbers. Of course, who doesn't want to sort of get big numbers and figures associated with their films, but I think along with the number there needs to be appreciation about the fact that you've pushed the boundary in some department, has your narrative sort of challenged boundaries. So all that, and whether 5 years from now whether your film will be remembered or not, because honestly if you ask me my favorite films from the last 2-3 years ever since this 100 crore club started, I don't think my favorite films are from the 100 crore club. So I think numbers are important, but there has to be more than just numbers.
More substance to it.
Yeah.
In fact, I was speaking to Pooja Bhar and she said that she's a production designer. I think she takes a lot of pride in that. And she said she's looking forward to, she's dying to see Ekta Tiger, especially because I think you are a very fine production designer yourself, the way you just design your film and the way I think you've shot in Cuba and various other places. That is something that personally she is looking forward to. So tell us about that part of it, because the film, I think apart from the fact that it's having two of the biggest stars, it's looking beautiful. It's looking very different as well from what we've generally seen Hindi movies as. So tell us about that experience.
I think yes, as far as the scale of this film is concerned, it is unprecedented. I mean, apart from the fact that Yash Raj has really spent a lot of money on the production, it is their most expensive film till date. The fact that we've shot across 3 continents, 5 countries, 9 cities, and for me, if you've seen my earlier films, for me locations are very important. For me, locations are almost like characters in my film. So I would never choose a location if it was just a pretty place. I always look for locations which have that unique character, and there has to be a real and a strong reason for that part of the film to be played out in those locations. So Cuba is there not because Cuba is a beautiful island country, but Cuba is there because of a certain reason in the script. And if you look at Cuba, it's never been seen on screen. Hollywood never shoots there because of the US embargo. Nobody from our country has ever been there. So for the audience, it's the first time.
And there's no network as well, a mobile network.
It's very difficult, yes. So it's really remote. It's really sort of far off. That's one of the reasons why it's there in the film. Or even that town on the border of Iraq, a fascinating town and never been explored on cinema. Apparently some Hollywood crews had come, but for some reason, maybe security, they didn't shoot over there. Or Dublin, a charming city or a European city that's never been seen on our screens. So yeah, locations are very important, and one doesn't sort of go to these locations just so that one can say this is a big grand film. The story needs that, and sometimes you cannot narrate a story unless you travel. It's like in Kabul Express, you cannot narrate that story in any other place but Kabul. New York will not stand as a story in any other city of the world.
जो होगा जब होगा आप सबको हिला देगा.
And similarly, Ek Tha Tiger needs this grand expanse. It needs storytelling at a global scale. And that's the reason why we travel to all these cities.
In fact, finally there's a film where there's no city in the name of the film. In fact, Kabul and then New York, and now you're having a Ek Tha Tiger. Tiger, I don't know, it's a city in its own way. All right, now I spoke to Suhail Sen, your music director, and he said that Lapata, you guys have shot in Cuba, and you wanted some Cuban music element from there, and you guys actually recorded in Cuba itself. I think that is something which is unique in its own way as well.
Lip sync songs are something new for me. This is my first film which has lip sync songs. Before that, I never had lip sync songs. But when I was setting and sort of writing this story, and there were these points where the songs had to be included in the narrative as sort of part of the storytelling, I was very aware that, you know, we are shooting in three of actually the strongest musical cultures of the world, whether it's Turkey or Irish music, which is known for its Celtic music, or Cuban music. So it would be a tragedy if we went to these countries and didn't include elements of their music in. So when we were shooting in Cuba and we were shooting Lapata there, and we were bringing in elements of Cuban music, I was very clear, and I told Suhail that let's take a scratch track from here, but we must definitely record Cuban musicians. So whether it's the pianos or whether it's a brass section or whether it's the percussions, they've all been executed by Cuban musicians, and that brings that extra edge to that music.
Now, this entire controversy that is happening regarding whether you're having any elements about Pakistan or no, in fact, there's also a confusion whether it's releasing in Pakistan or no, because I think Ali Zafar had tweeted some time back that it's got a censor certificate clearance, but apparently he tweeted back that it's not. It was more of a rumor.
See, as the situation stands today, we are following the standard procedure, which is basically we will have to show the film to the censor board of Pakistan, and only after that they will decide whether the film is going to be released in Pakistan or not. I don't think that has happened. I think it's going to happen as we speak by today or tomorrow. And having said that, I don't foresee any problem, because it's really not a film that's derogatory to any country or community. I would never do that. I think it's very insensitive and stupid in this day and age to do films that are derogatory to any people, let alone sort of your neighboring country. And also, I know that a lot of business interests are there in Pakistan.
Tremendous fan following. Salman has a tremendous fan following. Yeah. Even Katrina, I think
absolutely.
She has,
And there are multiplexes that are waiting to open only with the release of Ek Tha Tiger. So I'm sure the authorities there will take all that into consideration and take a responsible decision.
I think while interacting with your fans on Twitter, you've also said that someone had asked you that is there any item song in the film, and you replied that it is an item film. So can you elaborate on that? What exactly do you mean by an item film?
When I say, I think what people say is that an item song, I think they feel is that one little extra element that gives them a thrill. And for me, honestly, the whole film is going to give you a thrill. And that's the reason why I called it an item film. So I won't segment it down to saying that, oh yeah, there is an item number, or there is what we call an item action number. No, the whole film is an item film, because there's lots of thrills, there's lots of dramatic storytelling in the film that's going to keep you engaged throughout the sort of 2 hour 10 minutes of its duration.